out of bounds, but elected to be picked up and then taken out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
I think number 22, Amir Ford, is hurting a little bit throughout the whole play. He was grabbing on his left thigh.
Yeah,
I think he got banged up on that play from that touchdown from Jeremy Porter. When he got hit by the DN, I think his calf is hurting or his thigh is hurting.
Yeah, that ball, he fielded that thing on the hashes near the sideline.
Yeah, and that's one of those things, if you're the A&T special teams coordinator, that's you go back, watch the film on Monday afternoon, you're like, all right, this one you probably could have let go because, high school rules, ball comes out to the 40-yard line, ball's now at 32. You almost see it as like a net loss of 8 yards.
Sure. Yeah, and you don't know how that ball bounces, but you'd almost rather give yourself a flyer.
Absolutely.
Right? You can't win the lottery unless you play.
Exactly. That is very true. Very, very true.
All right. 1st and 10 for A&T from their own 32. Here's the take. Who wants to go over the top? Got a man. That ball is, oh my goodness, incomplete. That was a heck of a throw and a perfectly executed. Jeremy Porter airs one out, and that one falls just through the hands of the receiver, who's a little bit slow to get up.
Yeah, and you mentioned the lights, a little bit brighter than they were an hour ago, and maybe that played a factor because that one was dropped right in the breadbasket. Nothing more that Jeremy Porter could have done. No better place to put it. Receiver just can't come down with it.
And that's number 88. I don't see an 88 on the
88 is hurt. He's down
on the roster, but he was on the near sideline here where we are at the booth. He made it all the way to the opposite 40 and fell. So they're just going to give him some attention here.
Number 88's name is Eli.
All right. Eli is getting some attention, and that's good to see. He came down hard on that catch attempt. And almost came up with the ball. Actually, almost had it while he was on the ground. I thought he was coming up with it. But it fell incomplete, and obviously he's banged up a little bit, so they're going to check him out.
Yeah, it's a tough break. Anytime you're a receiver on that sideline and you're running, trying to track the ball in these lights and everything else, and you kind of sometimes it's just easy to lose your feel a little bit. And yeah, he couldn't come down with the pass, but, more severely, he just kind of lost your footing a little bit, kind of landed awkwardly a little bit on the back. Just hope he's okay.
Yeah, certainly. So what was the vibe in school this week leading up to this game?
I'm not gonna lie, the vibes were a little down because we are 0-2. But some and most that believe in the team keep our hopes up because we know we've come back from worse. And like I said, the motto is one mind, one mission. So if we got our mind on winning, then that's what it's gonna be.
All right, so we're gonna get a couple other medical folks, this time from the Stoney Creek sideline, to come over and take a look.
One mind, one mission. I do like that. Now, I have to ask, though, this team was in the state championship, won the state championship, and the Belleville's run 2 years ago. So what's, the standard at school, for Southfield A&T
okay,
football?
So just from the prior change to one mind, one mission, it was WIT. WIT stood for wherever it takes. And so we're coming with new coaching staff and a new team because of all the seniors that won in that 2023 championship team. We came up with a new slogan, a new motto, and we decided to come up with one mind, one mission because, like I said before, as in one mind and one mission, we can achieve what we pursue, we want to pursue. And just picking that just came from everybody around us. No matter what happens, if I yell at you with a play, if we get into it, we still family, we brothers, we all going to play together. So that one mind is, it doesn't matter what happens, we going to get on this field and try to win. So that's that one mind, and the one mission is to execute. Execute is always what Coach McKenzie says. And the standard to play on the team is going to class, having good grades, keeping up on your academics. You are a student athlete. The student is before athlete, so you must attain at least a 2.5 and up, and you must try to do great on your academics before you try to do good on sports.
Well, I love that because that really is what it's about. And we've seen a a real rejuvenated message from like Deion Sanders out of Colorado. If you see a lot of the stuff that he puts out as the receiver gets up, needs a little help getting up, but he is able to get up. That like when you go to class, you're not in a hoodie, you're not sitting in the back row. Like you are student athletes, and I think that when you mentioned like what's the standard, maintaining grades, going to class like that. If that's the first thing you're saying, that's a pretty good standard.
Yeah, football's always the brand. Everybody, when you look at a high school, or any school, college, whatever, you look at the football team, and that's the standard, the brand in the classroom, on the field. That's what you see.
All right, here we go. Back at it. 2nd and 10. Jeremy Porter takes, gives, trying that left side, pick up a yard. Nasir Macwin on the carry, picks up 1. It's 3rd and 9.
That was an interesting run. I mean, it's great vision by that back, but I mean, it looked almost like he was like in a pinball machine where his legs were moving forward the entire time. I thought he gained a little bit more than a yard, but I thought he gained more like 2 or 3 there. But 3rd and 9.
Out to the 33. 5:20 to play. Here in the first half. Cougars up 7-6. And we got a flag on the play in the backfield. A little bit of quick movement by that offense. Yep, quick movement on Southfield A&T, so that'll move them back. Make this a 3rd and 14, which becomes a little harder. And now you're talking about a field position situation.
Yeah.
They're going to spot this inside the 30-yard line. You need to get to the 42, and again, if you don't pick it up, you're looking at a punt situation and potentially some pretty good starting field position here for the Cougars before the half ends.
If you're this offensive coordinator, you want to set yourself up to be at least 4th in management where it makes sense to go for it.
Yeah, if you're 4th and 3, 4th and 2.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
An incomplete pass here really puts this team in a difficult spot, especially based on how the last punt went.
5 minutes to play here in the first half. Cougars up 7-6. Porter takes. That's picked. And that could be going to the house. And it is. That is a pick 6. Jack Fredenberg, who had, I think, 2 other opportunities tonight to pick that one off, sees Jeremy Porter, reads his eyes, and takes that one to the house.
3rd time is the charm for this defense. As I said earlier, it's coming. It will come. Our opportunity will be there. We just have to execute. That's exactly what they did. Fredenberg reading the eyes of the quarterback again with that halfback swing. A&T is just trying to get yards, make it 4th and manageable. Instead, reads the eyes of the quarterback, knows it's going to the running back, is able to jump in front of the pass and take it back for 6 because there is nobody there.
Those linebackers are keying on to the running backs because that seems where the main game for A&T tends to be.
A little bit of a high snap, but that one goes up and through. 4:47 to play, and the Cougars up now 14-6. But you're right, that's who they were keying on. And it's, again, I said it earlier, you don't want to fly too close to the sun, and that was one of those situations. They've run that play a couple of different times tonight, just a quick little out to the flat, and that time Frederickberg read that thing perfectly and jumped the route.
Got burnt by the sun. I always love the Icarus.
Burnt by the sun.
Love little Icarus reference there.
So that definitely changes the dynamic here.
It does. But I mean, if you're on the A&T sideline, I mean, the whole thing has to be don't panic. I mean,
right.
This entire season, I mean, 0-2, not exactly where we want to be. I mean, down 14-6, you're not where you want to be. The whole thing has to be don't panic. Let our playmakers make plays. We'll get back into this game. We still got a lot of game left.
And I think you look at it and say, look, if the vibe this week was a little down because they didn't get off to the start in these first 2 games that they wanted. It's guys, look how we played that first half. Look what we were able to do when we stayed home on the blocks with the offensive line. We were able to run the football. Look at what we were able to do. We were able to extend drives. That needs to be the focus now here for Southfield A&T.
Yeah, we need to boost their morale.
Yeah. All right, so here is the kick for Stoney Creek. That's a good kick. Fielded at the 10, coming the other way at the 20. Cutting up the field. Oh, my goodness. And that was absolutely hammered.
That is a hit.
Huge hit.
That you just kind of you lay down after the game, regardless of a win or loss. You lay down, you just like that hurt.
Yeah, and that was Amir Ford on the bringback, who you said maybe got banged up on a play a little earlier, but Zach Avripis absolutely laid the hammer.
I don't know if you guys like NCAA, but he might be a little wear and tear.
A little wear and tear?
The wear and
Wear
tear.
and tear.
Wear and tear.
He might be a little yellow. That'd be like mild.
I love the EA.
And for people who are
This is
completely
great.
lost
This is great.
in a video game, in the new college football video game, if your guys get banged up using too much,
You get wear and tear.
wear and tear. All right, back to the air, and that one falls to the turf. Oh, and a late flag on the play.
Yeah, Chris, they're going to get number 10, the defensive back here, for pass interference.
That's Telgadas.
It just got there a little bit early. It's great technique, but you have to wait until that very last moment where the ball hits the receiver's hands, then you can knock it away. He was on it. Low post route. He was on it the entire time like white on rice, but got there a little bit early. Hands on the receiver, pass interference. Easy call for the referee.
It looked like pretty good coverage, but I think you're right. It was just maybe just a hair early. Oh, so it's offsetting. I didn't see the second flag. So that's going to offset him. Boy, that is a tough break. Again, you get the call here if you're A&T, but you can't commit the other penalty, which I think was a hold. So now it's 1st and 10 back at the 25. Here's a give up the middle. It's a gain of 2, but I actually love that aggressive play call and get Porter going again through the air. They trust him. I mean, they trust him to make a good throw. And coming off with a pick six, it's going right back to the air. It's okay. We trusted you, and you got to go out and make those plays.
It's a confidence thing, confidence booster. Anytime you quarterback, you get that play call in your headset or on the sideline. It's like, okay, I got another stab at this.
Yeah, the quarterback sets the tone for the whole team. Without the quarterback, what is there a team? Like, the quarterback is the head of the snake.
All right, Porter takes now a flag. Again, quick movement here offensively for Southfield A&T. Now you're moving backwards, wrong way. It's going to be 2nd and 13 now. But again, this offense has a lot of weapons. I mean, their receivers are pretty good, and they can obviously run the football. Porter can spin it. You just gotta stop with these pre-snap penalties, and just put a couple of first downs together. That's the focus here.
That's what this team can do, that they have the ability to do. It's just all about execution. These last 3 games now, all about execution, 2nd and long.
Clock runs, 3:28 here in the first half. 14-6, Cougars on top, getting pressure, throws incomplete. Again, right into the hands
of Arturo Martin III.
Yeah. And that was another really good throw that would have been close to the sticks, and that one was dropped. Again, good coverage. Found a little bit of a soft spot. Maybe you heard the feet coming.
Yeah, anytime you're looking at those kind of skinny posts over the middle of the field, I mean, you're in the middle of linebackers,
Yeah.
you're in the middle of safeties, and for Porter, it's a great throw. I mean, right over the middle, but receiver, be confident. You're going to get hit, but you have to bring that ball down. That is your job. That is your responsibility.
All right, clock stops, 3:21 on the incompletion. It's 3rd and 13. Cougars defense looking to get off the field. Here's Porter, rolling. Eyes down the field, tries to cut it in, and nothing doing there. It's just good play. Ryan Dazinski, the linebacker tight end hybrid, just closed the running lane there. And it's 4th down, and A&T's going to have to punt it away. Clock stops on the out of bounds, too, which certainly will help the Cougars here.
Yeah, and if you're the Cougars, your goal is to get another score before halftime, whether it's 3. Obviously, I mean, everybody wants 6. But nonetheless, I mean, you got 3:14 left. You want points. You want points, and you understand how that last punt went. Just be safe on the special teams play, set your offense up well. in A&T territory to set yourself up for a score at the end of the half.
All right, here is A&T to punt. And that play clock down to 0. And now they see it, and that's going to create a little bit more of a headache here.
That's a delay of game
for A&T.
But I don't think it makes really much of a big difference because they still were punting the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So it might just be a little bit of a shorter punt distance than it would it be if they didn't get pushed back by the penalty.
All right, so they'll spot this at the 20. Telgadis back deep here for the Cougars. Pretty good snap. Ooh, that ball was nearly blocked. Telgadis calls for the fair catch and makes it inside the 45-yard line of Southfield A&T. Boy, that could have been trouble for A&T, but they were able to get it away.
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly call it lucky. I don't like to use the term lucky all the time in terms of football, but Hunter was a little bit lucky to get that one away. And then obviously, I mean, a smart play by this punt returner as well. You know, just not every punt return has to be a big play. Mm-hmm. Fair catch it, be safe. You set your offense up well as opposed to either big hit and a fumble or whatever it may be.
All right, 3:08 to play here in the first half. Stoney Creek up 14-6. Here's a give. Telgadis to the 40. Pick up a 4 on the play. Clock's going to continue to run under 3. And now this communication with the offense, really the communication defensively too, matters a lot more because the clock's running. They send 3 receivers right. That's the wide side, ball near hash mark. Here's a quick throw. Trying that far side, got some space out to the 30 and then taken down inside the 30-yard line. Jake Lancey hauls that one in, enough for a first down and a late flag on the play. So that one, I think that's a sideline warning for Southfield A&T. So that penalty comes from the sideline.
Extracurriculars are great for college resumes or college applications and job resumes, but not in a football game, especially on the sideline. The first one, second one, is a 15-yard penalty.
All right, 1st and 10 now from inside the 30. Ooh, that ball was snapped low, and that one's taken inside the 20 and then cut down at the 10.
There's a flag on the play.
He took that inside the 10, and just a really good heads-up block there, tackle.
The quarterback seems to have a little bit of wear and tear. He's grabbing at his knee. He's kind of limping.
Yeah, Curtis Sherman made the stop. He's one of their back-end players.
Like you
So
said,
we got to check the flag.
I like the hit, but you were talking about how the quarterbacks are getting really physical.
Yeah.
Maybe he should calm it down because maybe he's their starting quarterback, and he's the one who runs the team. So we can't have him getting hurt, right?
All right, so that one is going to be on Stoney Creek. So that moves him back to the 26-yard line.
Chris, I don't know if you did your laundry today. I sure did, but there's a lot of laundry on the field during this evening's contest.
There has been a lot of calls. A lot of calls.
Not great for either squad.
All right, here's the take. The give up the middle. Telgadis gets out to the 21-yard line before he's taken down. All right, so let me ask you guys. So when you do your laundry, are you a keep it in your basket kind of guy, or you put it away right away?
I am a put it in the bag so I can drive it home to my mom so that she can do it when she has the opportunity to. So I guess it kind of goes in the laundry bag.
So that's nice. Does she fold it up nice for you?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, that's nice. All right, here's a screen. Telgadis picks it up. Oh, my goodness.
Great hit by number 34, Shalimar Smith.
Huge hit. He's kind of a linebacker, defensive end hybrid, but that was a monster. Oh, and he took his own player out there. Ran over one of his own players. Oh, we got conflicting timeout. There you go. We had a member of the crew point in different directions, but that is a Southfield A&T timeout. So that stops the clock 1:12 here in the first half. It's going to be 3rd and 1, so a pretty consequential play here.
My back is not liking that hit. I felt that one up here in the booth.
Shalimar, I've known him for a long time. We grew up together, and I feel like a proud big brother. I'm not gonna lie.
You ever take one of those hits or something like
yes, I definitely
recess
have.
or something like that?
Nah, we played football together. I played football last season, but I had to stop due to a kidney problem.
Okay.
But
So what position did you play?
I played linebacker and DN.
Okay.
You got the linebacker build. I
Yeah.
can see it. I can see it.
Oh, so you like to hit too?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
love to
okay.
hit.
All right, fair enough. Well, then who hits harder, him or you?
Probably him.
See what happened? This is when you make the transition into the booth, all of a sudden things change a little bit. That's pretty good. All right, here's a quick push up the middle. Well, I think he got it on that initial push.
He's more of a – I like to hit, but I'm more of a coverage linebacker, and he's more of a Ray Lewis type of like a linebacker.
Okay.
I'm more of
fair
a Fred
enough.
Warner.
He was right in the mix of that too. So did we get a? I don't know if we got an official call here. It looks like where they have the ball spotted is enough for a first down.
Kind of, but I think somebody just yelled it's a first down. I'm not really sure.
They need the 18-yard line. The ball spotted at the 18. Let's see what they decide to do here. They're going to come out and measure it.
If this is short, we were talking about college football and how I like to play. I would take the points here. You go up either way. If you score, you go up 2 scores.
Yeah, I would say I'm with you. Well, they're going to be a little short, about a half a football length short. Yeah, I'm.
High school is different.
High school is a little different.
Very different, absolutely.
And I would say you go for it here. Problem is you got to be aware. This is my guess would be a run up the middle, quarterback keeper.
I would too. Trust your athlete.
But then you got to get up. You got to get up and spike the ball here.
I honestly think they're going to fake it and run it outside.
Okay. All right.
Tony
58 seconds left. Oh, they're going to hand. Oh no, they're going to keep it. Boy, again, that's pretty good defense up front. But he got it that time.
He doesn't have quite the O-line as the Eagles and Jason Kelsey in the tush push.
No, it's not quite. It's not quite the tush push.
You know what though? It wasn't exactly the tush push, but there was a critical push that came at the end by this quarterback, Brandon Gurgis.
He takes it.
They're going for it.
Throws it into the end zone. Touchdown.
There's a flag on the play.
Flag near sideline. Oh, they're going to say no, he dropped it. So that ball did not.
No, he didn't drop it. I think he got called back due to the flag.
No, he didn't come down with it.
Yeah, that far referee waved it off. Again, Jake Lancey, the intended target, but there is a flag near sideline.
It might be offsides for the receiver.
An eligible man downfield. Kind of a rare penalty, especially, you usually see those on play action and, screen pass and stuff like that. Rarely on a direct downfield throw. Good ball, though. Great ball.
All right, 39 seconds left. 2nd and 10. Now, hold on. We got a whistle here. There was a flag. I don't know what the call was. They never actually made a call up to the booth. Okay, it was ineligible. All right, so 39 seconds left. We did have a whistle. All right, now they're going to run it. So ball's at the 18-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Gurgis sets, throws into the end zone, touchdown. Wow, what a pretty pass.
This guy, he can run, he can throw. Talking about, again, what level are you passing at? Right over the head of the defensive back. Fits it right in the breadbasket. That is a beautiful throw. Beautiful catch. Great route to find the spot, find the zones behind the defensive back. Good for 6.
KJ Schuster found that little open area in the middle of the end zone and just floated that one over the linebacker. That was a heck of a throw. All right, extra point attempt. That one gets past the holder and just falling on it. Good, smart play by the place kicker there. So it stays 20-6. Expanding the lead for the Cougars here, and 33 seconds left here in the half. No mistakes. No mistakes here for this Southfield A&T team.
Nah, you can't afford any more mistakes really throughout the rest of the game.
I mean, really, in the next 30 seconds, like kickoff,
absolutely.
just you got to play this thing safe because you can't give any more points away.
I might have a little bias because that is my team, but I feel like we might pull up some Chiefs voodoo magic. You never know.
Oh, okay.
Some Chiefs voodoo magic.
What do you know that we don't know?
I don't know. all I know is we got a good head coach and a good amount of players.
Yeah,
He's got to put our heads together.
An
No
NFL. Former
NFL.
NFL player.
Yes.
NFL player. Former NFL player.
Played for the Green Bay Packers.
Yep.
He won the Super Bowl chip with
Super
Aaron
Bowl, yeah.
Rodgers.
2010?
Feels
2012.
like,
No, 2010. 2011.
early 2010s. It's incredible the type of insight that you can gain when you play at that level, right? I mean, it's crazy what you're able to
He
accomplish.
also was a coach at Ball State.
Yeah, but then coming back here, and then I imagine, what he says is gospel, right? Like you want to, whatever he's saying, you got to listen to.
What he always says to us is, where you want to be and where your dreams are take you, I have been, so let me guide you to where you want to be.
That's pretty good. All right, here's the kick. That one fielded at the 7. Coming across the other way. Taken down at the 25-yard line. And he is just a shifty.
There's a flag on the play.
Shifty back, shifty receiver, shifty punt returner, shifty kickoff returner, a mere 4, but there is a flag on the play. It could be a hold. We'll see what the call is. You got to toss that ball before you can make the call. There it is. So it is going to be a hold on Southfield A&T, so that's going to back them up. Again, all right, just no funny business.
Now you cannot have any mistakes.
Yeah.
That's mistake number 1.
Yep.
It kind of counts. I mean, it didn't result in a turnover or anything
Right.
else, but now you have to be really, really, really clean, and all this offensive coordinator really has to figure out what's going to be the plan. Are you just going to try to run, get to halftime, or maybe take a shot downfield, screenplay, try to pick up a big chunk, and then set yourself up to maybe score at the end of the half.
I mean, we see what Jeremy Porter's capable of. So you could make an argument that, you take a shot here, but you pose the possibility of potentially stopping the clock. A lot to consider here. Let's see what the decision is. Here's the take, the give. Up the middle, a little bit of room out to the 25-yard line. It's enough for a first down, gain of 11 out to the 26. They get back to the line. Clock continues to run. 17 seconds left.
That was great sell by the receivers, had me thinking it was a pass play. And then I just seen them running.
All right, right back at it. Porter avoids that one. Batted down. Shades of Matembe Kantumbo on that play.
That was a great job getting the hand up. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like one of those things. You see the ball leave the quarterback's hands and just instinct. As a coaching staff, you want that to be an instinctive motion, especially for a linebacker coming out. It wasn't that wasn't one of the defensive ends or defensive tackles. That was a linebacker coming up, pursuing the quarterback as a QB spy and getting that hand up and knocking it down. It looked almost like it was a Zion Williamson block there.
Yeah, that's probably a little more of a better reference than the Dikembe Mutombo reference that I just made. But
I understood it. I got it. I got it.
That's for my age group and Ray's age group. All right, Porter's going to take a shot.
Overthrown.
And that goes incomplete. 1 second left on the clock, so they'll get one more opportunity here.
Now, 1 second left, I think, opens up, quite a bit because your room for error shrinks. It's not like if you throw a pick. If that one pass ended in a pick, okay, now you're giving it to the – right, exactly. So now 1 second left, you got to heave the ball downfield. Worst case scenario is a pick 6 or fumble 6.
Yeah, it is the worst case scenario. Ball's at the 26-yard line. Can you get it 50 yards down the field? It's a big throw.
But these receivers, they can run after the catch.
Looks
Get
like,
it even
like,
short.
like 4 verts.
Let them run.
Yep. All right, here it comes. These are go routes. Porter sets. He's got an arm. That one is going to be intercepted at the 35-yard line, but the half comes to an end. Cougars on top, 20-6. We got a good one brewing here. Don't go anywhere. It's our drive to the game here on WJR.
Friday Night Football on WJR is all about tradition, pride, and supporting our local schools. And at Window World, we believe in those same values. Whether it's windows, siding, doors, or gutters, families across Michigan trust us to deliver quality and value. And just like these athletes give it their all every week, Window World gives our best with lifetime warranties and financing options. So as you cheer on your hometown team, remember, when it's time to upgrade your home, call 800-WINDOW-WORLD, visit windowworlddetroit.com, or stop by our showroom in Commerce.
At Michigan Slip and Fall Lawyers, we protect people hurt in slip and fall accidents. The only law firm in Michigan specializing in slip and fall accidents. We've recovered millions for our injured clients. If you've been hurt in a slip and fall, go to falllaw.com for your free consultation.
Join Jack Rizzula every Saturday night at 10 p.m. for Anything is Possible. Hear Jack present uplifting stories of some of the world's most remarkable people and their extraordinary life journeys. Anything is Possible. Sponsored in part by Ideal Group. We are Ideal.
Have a dream to one day be a professional sportscaster? Love commenting on sports? Sportscaster.com is the place to make those dreams come true. Sportscaster.com provides all the tools you need to produce your own content, including access to the most exciting sports highlight clips. Just register and open your own channel, create and upload your content, and show the world you know sports. Sportscaster.com. Now, we put the mic in your hands.
The best electrical contractors, period. The National Electrical Contractors Association of Southeastern Michigan member contractors are the best in the business, providing electrical and telecommunication services throughout the region for commercial, public, industrial, and residential projects. NECA contractors have been powering and connecting Southeastern Michigan for over 100 years. And they're proud supporters of the communities where they work and live. Put their experience and expertise to work for you. Find a NECA contractor at smcneca.org.
You're listening to The Drive to the Game on 760 WJR. Live coverage of Michigan's biggest high school football matchups, presented by Sportscaster.com. Also sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, and Window World Detroit. Now for hometown halftime coverage, here's Chris Renwick.
All right, welcome back. It is halftime, and of course, like every Friday night, we've got a good one brewing for you here. But, you know, when you look back from your time in high school and all of the excitement leading up to game days, it was always very exciting. And then you go on and you have a career in broadcasting or journalism, and then you get into the business world. That's basically what Jeff Caponegro at Tryon Solutions has done. Long title and all, Executive Vice President of Corporate Communications and the Chief Marketing Officer, Jeff Caponegro, joins us here at halftime. Jeff, it's good to have you, my friend.
Well, it's great to be here, Chris. I admire what you do and love the versatility that you show in doing the high school games.
Well, it's such a fun way to spend a Friday night. And what I love about it is the community aspect of it, right? Everybody comes out to root on their team, their alma mater. And when you talk about that kind of support, it's so vital. And WJR and Tryon, such great supporters of each other. And we so much appreciate that here.
Well, so do we. We've got a great partnership with WJR and from all the different programming that we support, from the NFL to JR Sundays with Mark Hollis and the regular broadcasting, including your morning show as well. And we're just thrilled about it.
Well, and you lead a massive group, a huge business that helps so many companies around the country.
We do. I think Tryon Solutions is a professional employer organization, or a PEO. And I really think it's one of the great value propositions in all of business. We're a one-stop shop so that a business of any size can sort of have somebody else handle all their payroll, all the HR functions, from benefits to regulatory compliance to retirement planning to all the HR counsel, all the legal regulatory issues and everything. Have one place that can do that really knows your company, and that's it's really worked well for us. As people know, in our advertising, we try to push people to rely on tryon.com to check it out more, and that's why we have 1,000 clients across the country.
You know, I've been calling games for a long time on the football field, college, pro, high school. And one of the things that I love that we're doing on our broadcasts is we get to work with high school students who get a little glimpse into this world of broadcasting, of journalism, and they at least get to see if it's something that they want to pursue, if it's something that they like. You did the same thing when you were in high school, started in sports journalism, and now you're a Hall of Famer. It's not, I don't get to talk to Hall of Famers every day, so it's very exciting for me.
Well, yeah, Chris, so I went to Troy High School, and I played sports there. I played basketball and baseball. And I was always good at writing. I was good in English classes and that kind of thing. And my dad was the chief financial officer. And one thing I learned is that I was not good at accounting and numbers. So I was going to continue to do writing. So I one time asked the sports editor of the Troy Observer and Eccentric newspaper chain. He also handled the Rochester edition. If someday I could come over and take a tour of, maybe I want to be a newspaper reporter. Back in the day, I wanted to be like Joe Falls or Jerry Green,
sure,
or Lynn Henning, or George Puskas, people like that. And so he said, well, actually, we could actually use somebody to help be a stringer and help when coaches call in scores. You can help write them some things, and maybe at some point you can even cover games. So I ended up doing that at the Troy and Rochester Observer and Eccentric newspapers when I was in high school. And I ended up getting not only covering games, but laying out pages and writing. And I ended up getting my own column called Cap's Corner back in the day, which was really fun, and could write on anything I wanted. And then I went to Central Michigan University. I picked it because of its journalism program. And I wrote for what was called the Mount Pleasant Daily Times News back in the day. It's now called the Morning Sun. I wrote there for 2 years as covering games, sitting up in the stands, taking my own stats, going and talking to coaches after the game, and then going back. And in the old days before computers, you had to, beat out a story on a Royal computer, a manual computer or manual typewriter.
Yeah.
And it taught you how to write fast. It taught me how to, as a young adult or teenager, I guess still, talking to adults and learning how to handle myself. And all of that really helped me in business. Then, in my junior and senior year, I wrote for the Midland Daily News, and ended up having my own column there as well as a junior and senior. And one of my columns got chosen for the best sports stories book of that year out of New York. I was in there with Pulitzer Prize winners, Murray Chase, Dick Young, Bud Collins, Frank DeFord, all the top sports writers of the day back then.
Yeah.
And so I was in there as well. So it was a great thing. So I love what you're doing, is giving everyone opportunities, the high school kids, to learn, put it on their resume, and see if that, like you said, if that's something they want to do for a living.
Yeah, and I think I think a lot of these kids, there's a lot of promise in this business, and these kids are really good, and they're learning kind of the due diligence, what it takes, and if it's something they want to pursue, just like you did back then in Troy. Pretty cool. Jeff Caponegro, always appreciate the time. We'll talk again very soon. Thank you again for your support of WJR and for what we're doing on Friday nights in the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. It's our pleasure.
Our Drive to the Game coverage continues here on WJR. Don't go anywhere.
Experience the magic of the Michigan Renaissance Festival and embark on a thrilling Renaissance quest full of adventure, merriment, and turkey legs. Weekends now through September 28th. Get your discounted tickets today at MishRenFest.com.
Have a dream to one day be a professional sportscaster? Love commenting on sports? Sportscaster.com is the place to make those dreams come true. Sportscaster.com provides all the tools you need to produce your own content, including access to the most exciting sports highlight clips. Just register and open your own channel, create and upload your content, and show the world you know sports. Sportscaster.com. Now, we put the mic in your hands.
The best electrical contractors. The National Electrical Contractors Association of Southeastern Michigan member contractors are the best in the business, providing electrical and telecommunication services throughout the region for commercial, public, industrial, and residential projects. NECA contractors have been powering and connecting Southeastern Michigan for over 100 years, and they're proud supporters of the communities where they work and live. Put their experience and expertise to work for you. Find a NECA contractor at smcneca.org.
Friday Night Football on WJR is all about tradition, pride, and supporting our local schools. And at Window World, we believe in those same values. Whether it's windows, siding, doors, or gutters, families across Michigan trust us to deliver quality and value. And just like these athletes give it their all every week, Window World gives our best with lifetime warranties and financing options. So as you cheer on your hometown team, remember, when it's time to upgrade your home, call 800-WINDOW-WORLD, visit windowworlddetroit.com, or stop by our showroom in Commerce.
Michigan Auto Law, the law firm that puts people over everything.
People call Michigan Auto Law when they need help, not just because we win more million-dollar auto settlements than any other firm in Michigan, which we do, but because we put people over everything.
You're listening to the Drive to the Game on 760 WJR. Live coverage of Michigan's biggest high school football matchups, presented by Sportscaster.com. Also sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, and Window World Detroit. Now, direct from the sideline, here's the Sportscaster halftime team.
Hello, everybody, and welcome in to halftime here at Stoney Creek High School as the Cougars are up 20-6 over the Southfield A&T Warriors. For Sportscaster.com and WJR, my name is Giovanni Mosheri, alongside Taryn Fritching and Evan Pavey, joining me here on the sideline. And before we get into the game here, we have some tragic news from the world of Michigan high school athletics. Coach Al Facasa of Brother Rice football passed away earlier this week at the age of 92. A winner of 9 state championships and his over 40 years at Brother Rice, including 3 straight state championships in his final 3 seasons. Coach Fracasa's legacy will live on forever through the thousands of young men that he has mentored on and off the field. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to the Fracassa family and to all of his former Brother Rice Warriors. 92 years old and a great legacy to leave behind. That's one of the greats.
Absolutely. I mean, I saw the news earlier this week, and I was like, we have to bring it to the broadcast. An absolute legacy to leave in such an amazing.
Starting off with the Warriors up 6-0. It's been 20 straight points for the Cougars ever since.
Whew. I mean, hey, the high snap with the missed PAT, that just set everything apart. Stoney Creek was like, we're not letting this happen. And then obviously, regardless of the fact that the PAT after the 20th point was missed, 20-6 is still absolutely insane. I mean, I think that my prediction is a little closer.
Okay, not to brag, right?
Well, not to brag or anything, but I just need 2 touchdowns by Stoney Creek and 1 touchdown by Southfield A&T. But Southfield A&T, they drove 2 times down the field, 2 promising long drives. One didn't quite end up how they wanted, but still ending with that pick 6. But still, it's still something to look forward to in halftime in the locker room. I know they might have not had like this kind of experience going into this game, starting league play, but this is a lot that they can build off of going into the second half. I think they have a lot of hope for this second half, and it says a lot about their coaching and about their resilience as a team. And let's see how they perform coming out of this halftime.
And one big theme about this first half was flags. Oh, my goodness. The flags were everywhere in the first half, stalling drives and giving the advantage to the opposite team. I mean, they have been everywhere tonight. Both teams are going to have to clean that up in the second half, no doubt.
I mean, I think it's been more beneficial, honestly, for Stoney Creek. They had a loss of yards down in the opposite end zone, and I don't recall what it was. It might have been a holding, but they gained those yards back because the flags have been absolutely insane. Whether it's an offsides on the kick, and it's like I'm shocked. I'd be surprised if both teams don't try and clean that up because that has been such a huge factor for both teams, honestly.
For sure. I'm just going to add on what you were talking about. That last possession that Stoney Creek scored right before halftime, they were charging down the field, and then just flag after flag held them back. They got it to a 3rd and 1. They tried to go for it on a little tush push from the Eagles. Couldn't get it, went for it again, got it, and then a nice 20-yard throw for the touchdown, putting them up 20-6 going into halftime. But I feel like Stoney Creek's kind of shooting themselves in their own foot right now. If they can clean that up, I think it's going to be a whole different story in the second half for Stoney Creek, and hopefully Southfield A&T can follow that up.
Now, I want to get into kind of the strengths and weaknesses that we've seen from each team so far. For Southfield A&T, they have a passing game that is lethal at times, and they've had big plays as they march their way down the field. Haven't been able to punch it in as many times, but their quarterback is no joke.
Oh, yeah. Just looking at their quarterback throughout the game, his pocket presence has been tremendous. He can read what the defense is giving him, see if he needs to scramble out of the pocket to make a throw or just take it himself. He is one of the bright spots on this team that's very clear to me and clear to everyone, I think, in this stadium. And I think he has a bright future as a football player.
And I mean, hey, I'm starting to like Southfield A&T's running game. I mean, Stoney Creek defense has held them pretty well, but I would not be surprised if a hole goes and they're just gone.
Yeah, definitely. They've been kind of knocking on the door in the running game. Some big chunk gains, but you can tell that the home run is there somewhere, and it's going to have to come in the second half if they're going to try and dig into this Cougar lead so far. But then onto the Cougars side, what have they been able to do to get themselves this lead? The pick six obviously being a huge piece of that.
I mean, their defense after that first touchdown, their defense has really held just very nicely. Obviously, forcing that pick six and forcing Southfield A&T to punt a few times, that defense, honestly, in my opinion, has been the key to the Cougars in this game, this first half specifically.
I totally agree. That defense is stone solid right now. They are not letting Southfield A&T get anything. If you look at the stats, there's 2 interceptions. I mean, there was that one little gimme at the end of this first half, which was the toss-up for a Hail Mary from their opposite 20. But still, that one interception coming in huge, giving them that extra 6-7 points, just like it switches the whole game around.
Definitely, and that was a point where, Southfield, they were just trying to get out of their own territory. They were within the 20, and right there on the left side, our close side from our view, that pick six. At the time, it was 7-6, still Stoney Creek lead, but that really broke the game open. And with the struggling offense so far from Southfield, it might be tough to break into. Can't have any more of those mistakes.
And again, speaking of mistakes, like we just mentioned this, flags. It
deserves another mention.
We started this halftime show at 8:30 at the end of the first half, and I am astonished, honestly. Other games are getting into their fourth quarter. We're just starting the third.
And I do want to give one last shout out here before we stumble into the flag conversation again. Some of the flags now pointing towards the student section of Stoney Creek here. I want to talk about the atmosphere here because that's one of my favorite parts of covering high school football is seeing what the student sections bring. And even in the other half of the student section, they caused a couple of penalties themselves with the younger middle school kids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were standing at the far side of the field with the younger middle school kids, and they were making some noise over there, making some Southfield A&T shaking their boots over there with the things that they were saying.
I think them by themselves got 2 false starts and a delay of game out of them.
Dad had to yell at them to chill down. It was getting pretty wild over there.
Save it for the second half, he was saying. And now to what we can see for the second half here as the halftime festivities continue, a football throwing accuracy competition being tonight's event. But what do you think that we could see in the first half, adjustments that could and should be made for both sides? Taryn?
I mean, I think that A&T just needs a little more confidence. Obviously, Stoney hasn't given them much of room to have that confidence, but having your confidence in your quarterback and your running game, if you put that belief in them, they really could make that difference in the second half.
Yeah, like I said earlier, this is a young Southfield A&T team. They have a lot to grow. I think that's where they can improve most for this second half. Just take each play by a learning experience for this offensive line, for this run game. It really starts with that offensive line. If they can create gaps, good blocking opportunities for this run game, for their quarterback, for their running backs, and then that's when the passing game starts to open up. And I really think that if they nail down on those concepts, that it could be a different show in the second half.
And the passing game here from the halftime at festivities, the crowd's getting into it, some rhythm being had as their competition is to throw it into the goal net from what we could see behind the wonderful Stoney Creek cheer team here. And another mention to the cause game for the Team Continue Foundation. We had an interview in the pregame with their president, Rob Price. Everyone's got T-shirts on that they handed out before the game because that is the main theme of this game for this Rochester community here. It's a big deal, and everyone's clad in that kind of armor for that.
Some
for
flags
that cause.
waving.
Oh, yeah, they got everything going on here. So as we begin to wrap up our halftime show here, once again, I want to give a shout out to some of our student broadcasters from Southfield A&T, Jaden Hudson and Tayshawn Cunningham, joining our Gabe Loper, as well as WJR's Chris Renwick. They've been doing a great job all game long. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. And don't forget to stay with us and join us in the post-game show where we'll have interviews not only with some of those student broadcasters, but also our players of the game from the winning team here. And we got a second half to decide which team those players will be from. So to wrap things up here, don't forget. So make sure that you follow us here on Instagram as well as subscribe to us on YouTube if that's where you're watching. We got the listening side and we got the watching side for whichever way you enjoy your high school football. We got plenty coming up here on Drive to the Game, so don't go anywhere and be sure you bookmark wherever you find us here. So as a last bit of our conversation here, one last touch on the student section here. Unfortunately, the Southfield A&T side not as packed as the home side for the Cougars here, but just overall, I mean, just tonight, the weather's amazing, the facility is amazing. We got a great privilege to cover this game here at this wonderful high school, genuinely.
I think it's beautiful. Hey, what we did not mention earlier is that Stoney Creek actually does not have a track around their football field, which most high schools in the country do. And so that's what I find fascinating, but I kind of love it because the fans are so much closer to the sidelines. It just feels like we're all one big family.
Oh, yeah. Another thing that's amazing about this field is there's a hill surrounding all of it, and you can see some fans standing on the hill, sitting on the hill, just taking up the weather, the nice 80-degree weather that we have, maybe not for much longer, but just watching some good high school football on Friday night, giving them something to do, and just soaking in the last summer spirit.
Yeah, some of that. And we luckily, when I was on my way in here, I was able to catch the football team. Their tradition for the beginning of their games is they'll come out from the doors of the high school, surrounded by the band, surrounded by the parents and all those supporting them as they parade their way onto the field from the stands. I mean, I was lucky to catch some of that through the student section as well. High fives galore on their way down, no doubt. Just the way that they had this set up here, the Friday night lights. I tried so hard not to say Friday night lights here, but definitely that is the vibe here, and it's going to be a great second half. Hope you guys stick around here for the post game for our player of the game interviews, as well as those with our student broadcasters. Thank you for joining us. It's the halftime show here on week 3 of Drive to the Game. We'll send it back to Chris Renwick and our students in the booth.
Hey, it's Ryan Armani here. Join us Monday afternoon from 2 until 4 on JR Afternoon with yours truly. We'll keep you up to date on the latest news. And remember, at 2:45, we're joined by Dr. Michael Lutz for Men's Health Monday.
Have a dream to one day be a professional sportscaster? Love commenting on sports? Sportscaster.com is the place to make those dreams come true. Sportscaster.com provides all the tools you need to produce your own content, including access to the most exciting sports highlight clips. Just register and open your own channel, create and upload your content, and show the world you know sports. Sportscaster.com. Now, we put the mic in your hands.
Call us or text us. The number's the same. 1-800-859-0957. 1-800-859-0WJR. Powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto Accident Attorneys. Visit Autolaw.com. That's Autolaw.com. The best electrical contractors, period. The National Electrical Contractors Association of Southeastern Michigan member contractors are the best in the business, providing electrical and telecommunication services throughout the region for commercial, public, industrial, and residential projects. NECA contractors have been powering and connecting Southeastern Michigan for over 100 years. And they're proud supporters of the communities where they work and live. Put their experience and expertise to work for you. Find a NECA contractor at smcneca.org.
Friday Night Football on WJR is all about tradition, pride, and supporting our local schools. And at Window World, we believe in those same values. Whether it's windows, siding, doors, or gutters, families across Michigan trust us to deliver quality and value. And just like these athletes give it their all every week, Window World gives our best with lifetime warranties and financing options. So as you cheer on your hometown team, remember, when it's time to upgrade your home, call 800-WINDOW-WORLD, visit windowworlddetroit.com, or stop by our showroom in Commerce.
You're getting the only high school football game coverage in Southeast Michigan you need. The Drive to the Game, sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, and Window World Detroit. Once again, Chris Renwick.
All right, welcome back. Cougars on top 20-6 as we're getting ready to start the second half. Gabe Loper with me here in the booth. What did you make of that first half? Defensive slugfest really in that first quarter, but in that second, the Cougars really exerted their will there.
Yeah, I think we saw both teams kind of find a way to get in the groove just a little bit more. Both teams kind of got the run game going. Both teams very, very physical, especially at the quarterback spot. We saw two rushing quarterbacks, one by each quarterback. So, like I said, both teams kind of found their groove a little bit at the end. Southfield A&T had some drives going towards the end of the half, but those drives sputtered. Penalties. Penalties. That's been the name of the game for both of these teams. That entire first half, we saw a lot of laundry on the field. Both teams need to clean that going into the second.
Yeah, but both teams need to clean it up, especially those pre-snap penalties, offsides, those neutral zone infractions. That's the stuff that you just can't have. And that's where I think a lot of this is going to stem from. So we'll see how they approach this, both of these teams moving forward. And so I think one of the real motivating factors here for Southfield in particular is that they really played well in that first quarter. Defensively, offensively, they were able to make some things work, but the defense kind of picked the offense up, and they finally were able to run the ball in that second quarter. So you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And the biggest thing for this team going in the second half is just going to be execute. They've executed individual plays, but the ability to put together a full-fledged drive, that's another thing. I mean, they've had red zone trips. I think they had a total of 3, maybe even 4 throughout the entire course of the first half. Only 1 they were able to fully convert on. And like you said, the penalties and knocking back, the pre-snap penalties, the extracurriculars, those that are 15 yards, those add up. And when those things add up, the score doesn't. Remains 20-6.
It was good to have Tayshawn Cunningham up here in the booth just a bit ago for Southfield A&T, but Jaden Hudson joins us now. It's good to have you, Jaden.
It's good. I'm glad I'm here.
What did you see in that first half from your squad?
I see that our passes are working, but we keep going back and settling with that runs plays. We don't want to take the risk of getting our pass intercepted, but I really feel like we should start passing more. I know A&T, I was just in the locker room with them. They really looking to make an upset with this game. They going to try to come back. They going to come play harder, stronger than they was in the first half.
What was the vibe in the locker room?
The vibe, it was a little down, but it was more, we got this type of down. Like, they ready to come back.
Yeah, that's very cool. So we'll see what they do here. But they do have a little bit of a deficit that they got to work themselves out of. They trail 20-6 here as we get ready to start the second half. Beautiful night for high school football here on WJR. We're so happy that you could join us. And this really just kicks off a big weekend of football all around the state. I mean, you got tonight, big game here. We got Lions on Sunday. We got Michigan and Michigan State tomorrow. So we got a full slate of football here this week.
There's nothing. I mean, it's just this is such a great time because I'm going to go back to my apartment tonight back at Wayne State University. Shout out those Warriors. I'm going to go finish up my homework and everything else, and then tomorrow I'll have college game day in the morning, all the way. Ray, why you look? Come on, man. Homework and then
Homework.
come on. Yes, I know I do have homework.
That is
18 credits a semester. So
what do you do? Oh my goodness!
I picked up the double major in PR, so that adds just a little bit. Trying to open up some windows for myself in the future.
Wow.
But it's like it comes with a cost, but it's okay. Only class Tuesday, Thursdays, Monday, Wednesday, Friday are completely off.
Oh wow!
So that
yeah, but not
nice.
really completely off.
No, I have somewhat. Like I said, I'm going to go back and do some homework.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, college game day in the morning.
Yeah,
we got kickoff at noon. Big noon kickoff at noon. We got games at 3:30. We got games at 8, and we have Pac-12 at night is gone, but we still have games that kick off in the evening, late evening hours.
All right, let's touch on that for just a moment. Okay, look, one of the real downsides of this expansion of these leagues in college football, these
11
conferences. All right, so the Big Ten expands out west.
Yeah.
That game that Michigan State
Against
and
USC.
USC play, they kicked that game off after 11 o'clock at night.
11 o'clock at night, which means fourth quarter will be at a nice little 1:30 a.m. But you know what? I'll tell you this. Chris. I'm going to watch, and I'm going to be watching football in front of my same TV in my apartment at Anthony Wade Drive. I'll be watching the entire day.
Are you a big college football fan?
I like to go one step at a time. Like, since I'm at high school level,
Yeah.
I'm going to watch the high school.
All right, high school. That's fair
Until
enough.
we get there.
That's fair enough.
You're
You'll
going to
get
watch
there.
the Lions on Sunday, of course, right? I mean, I'm not a big Lions fan, but
I'm going to watch them.
Yeah.
But I'm also not a big Lions fan. Not going to lie to
there you go.
All right. Well, you can get on the bandwagon, though, right, when we need you?
Yeah.
All right, very good.
But for college football, I
Yeah.
do like Army because my cousin on Army,
Oh, really?
Dwayne Coleman.
Now you
Oh,
talk.
cool.
Wait, but you said you like passing the ball. They don't pass. That is not Army's offense.
Listen. What Army got to do with A&T, it's two different things.
Okay. Fair enough.
One higher level.
Fair enough.
They going to get there.
I love the academy football, though. It is good stuff. Good stuff. All right, here we go. Southfield going to start things off here. They're going to take this opening kickoff here in the second half. A little chip shot kick. That one is on the ground. Still out. Looked like A&T might have hopped on top of it late. Flag coming in. Oh, boy. Still no call. Ball's out. I'm assuming it's going to stay with A&T. But that's just one of those little chip shots. Generally, the up backs don't field those.
No.
Right? So you get it. Those are your blockers. So you don't necessarily often field the ball. A little chip shot, that one fell to the turf.
Yeah, anytime that you see those up men, the ball kind of comes at him. It's kind of like a deer in headlights. It's like, does it land in the breadbasket? Is it going to be low? Anytime in those situations, as a special teams coordinator, you have to be like, all right, just fall on the ball. Let's maintain possession. Luckily, they're able to keep possession there, minus the flag.
Certainly.
It's
and now
been a
that's
lot
going
of
to move them
flags
back.
this game.
Yeah, there really has. Yeah, and especially in Southfield position now, you definitely don't want to give yourself any more of a difficult time.
No, behind the sticks once again. I mean, it's first down, first down, and 10 to go. But nonetheless, I mean, being down, inside the 30 is a lot different than being down inside the 40.
All right, here we go. Cougars up 20-6. Here's Porter. Throws across the middle, incomplete. Had a receiver wide open, and that one just falls to the turf. Incomplete. Again, finding a little spot in the zone there, but it falls to the turf.
Yeah,
It's second down.
I mean, that's the second time we've seen one where you got a first half something very similar. Just receiver finds a spot, quarterback sees him, hits him right on the numbers, and the ball just isn't caught.
That's Fred Moss on the drop. Meanwhile, Porter gives up the middle. Slight surge there towards the end of that run. Picks up 2 yards. It's third down. And 8. Again, just a bit of nifty running there, but there just isn't a whole lot of room to run up the middle. Defensively, up front, those front four are stout.
Yeah, they're trying to get back to what they did a little bit in that third. That ended midway through the end of the second quarter, just running the ball well, trying to make third and manageable. Not able to do it there, but I hope they just stick with it, even down 2 scores.
Certainly. All right, here we go. Third down and 8 for A&T. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Porter steps up, throws, that one incomplete. Looking for Aiden Dyer. Arturo Martin, the intended target, falls to the turf. It's 4th down, and Southfield going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, 2 of those drops that we just mentioned, I would put both of those on the receiver, but this one goes on Porter. He's got 2 guys open, looking for that first down. Very similar. Finds a spot, finds his guy, middle of the zone. That one he just sailed. I think if he puts that one down just a little bit more, we're looking at Southfield A&T continuing their drive.
Yeah, but Porter really can sling it. I mean, you see that. He's got really good touch on it most of the time. That one just sailed a little bit, but he is not afraid to throw that football.
Yeah, and I just had a conversation with him. He really was looking to catch that, but we still got to get in some more.
All right, high snap, but that one is fair caught at the 50-yard line. Good recovery there from the punter for Southfield A&T. And now the Cougars, with their first offensive possession here of the second half, starts at right at the midfield stripe. Lights are on here. Big crowd on this special night here at Stoney Creek. Tell you a little bit more about why it's so special and what the community is doing. 1st and 10 here for this Cougars offense. Here's the take. Little pitch. Cuts it upfield with space. Dancing at the 40-yard line. Picks up 9 on the play out to the 41. Again, just patient running by this Stoney Creek running back room. We've seen a bunch of guys run the football tonight.
Yeah, little Shanahan-esque little toss, little zone toss there. Toss it back, let your lineman kind of split out a little bit, and then trust the running back's vision to find a hole and get upfield.
So they did give him 10 on that play. So it's a first down out to the 40, 1st and 10. Gurgix sends a man in motion. Gives it to him. Cuts it upfield. Gain of 1 out to the 39-yard line. 2nd down and 9 coming up. They're just chipping away.
Chipping away, safe yards, keeping the ball on the ground, out of harm's way, chewing at some clock. A lot of game left nonetheless, but it's nice to just kind of get in that a little bit of a sense of a 4-minute offense early.
Cougars up by 14. Motion a couple receivers out to the right. That's 3 out there. Here's a give up the middle. Just keep those legs churning. Zach Avrebitz picks up a couple more, so it's going to be 3rd and 6 here out to the 36. Ball near hash mark. Cougars going right to left on your dial, and they're all blues. Big 3rd down here. Defensively, Southfield A&T looking to get off the field.
Money down for both teams. Big down here.
Gurgix settles in. They go heavy. Up front, trips to the left. And able to get him jumping on that far end. Looks like that was Keith McKenzie Jr. A little bit quick on the hard count. So that makes this down a lot more manageable here for the Cougars. It's now 3rd and 1 out to the 31. Here's the take. Quarterback keeper. Able to escape one tackle. I thought that Tim Garr was going to bring down Brandon Gurgix, but he's able to slip through that tackle, get enough for a first down.
Yeah, I don't want to jump to any conclusions or make any generalizations, but that's a large reason as to why A&T is down in this game, and a large reason as to why they're 0-2. I mean, you have 3rd down and 6. Now, granted, that's not easy nor hard for either the offense or the defense, but now you make it 3rd and short, at 1st down, and chains keep moving. It's not a good spot.
All right, here's a keeper. Gurgix up the middle inside the 20-yard line, taken down at the 19. Well, they're going to spot him at the 20, so he's going to be just shy of the first down. It's going to be a gain of, we'll call it 7. So 2nd and 3 coming up. again, you move that ball around to different playmakers, and then that opens things up for the keeper, and that's a play they are not afraid to run. All right, here's Gurgic again. Give up the middle. Zach Avripis. That one taking down Keith McKenzie Jr. again on that tackle for Southfield A&T. It's enough for a first down, though. And we've got a player down, so whistles on the play. It looks like Tim Garr, who has certainly had an impact on this game. We've seen a couple of guys tonight getting banged up for Southfield.
I think that's because of all the sloppy play.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of flags, and I feel like all them flags is going to lead to our team being injured and possibly not being able to perform to their best. I'm hoping Tim isn't injured.
Right.
It's really hard to tell from here, but I do know not too long ago Tim was just recently injured.
Okay.
And he just got back into it. And I know he was really motivated for the team.
Sure.
He almost like the hype man in a
oh, is he?
Yeah, it's like
he's the morale guy.
When you normally look at him, like during the school day, he'd be calm, collected. But when you get into football, it's a whole different person you see out there.
You put him in between the lines, and the competitor comes out.
Yeah, it's like he really wants it.
Yeah, you hate to see that. It's certainly a part of the game, but so far I think we've been mostly in the clear with a couple of these guys tonight that have been slow to get up, so we'll await him. Meanwhile, we talked about the special night that it is here at Stoney Creek. There was an incident that took place back in 2021. A member of the community here, certainly his life had been changed forever. The family of Peter Price started a foundation after their son took his own life. He was a football player here at Stoney Creek, was a wrestler here at Stoney Creek, and as a result, they created a foundation. It's called Team Continue, and they have raised more than $100,000 over the span of the last 3 years. And what does that money do? Well, it provides therapy sessions for adolescents and young adults in the community. It helps support all of their initiatives when absolute tragedies like that strike a school, a community, a district, and certainly a special night here. There's been buckets being passed around. People have been donating. We had a special halftime show here. Overall, a spectacular night in the midst of tragedy. Something incredible has happened here at Stoney Creek. It's very special here at the school.
Love all the community stuff. Anytime, tragedy obviously is what it is. It's an atrocity, but to see a community like the Stoney Creek area, the Rochester area as a whole, just to be able to come up, $100,000 raised, that's absolutely incredible. Shout out to that Stoney Creek Foundation.
Yeah, it's very cool. All right, it looked like, thankfully, Tim Garr able to get up and walk it off himself, so that's good news. Meanwhile, back at it here for Stoney Creek. 1st and 10 from the 16, and now we got some more movement here from this defensive line. It's just, I think at that point, it's now the frustration is starting to set in a little bit. You down time here for the injury timeout as the crews looked over him. But now you start to get a little frustrated. You jump early, now it's 1st and 5 after the penalty.
Yeah, hopefully our defense can lock in.
All right, here's a keeper here from Gurgic. They'll get inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. And so now Cougars are knocking on the door again.
It's a good little drive these Cougars got going on. Just being methodical. Obviously, they've had some help from penalties, but the thing is, those penalties are not just whatever shall happen penalties. I mean, they're intentionally drawing this A&T defensive line off sides, and it's helping them take away yards, get first downs, and it continues to go with this drive.
Well, they're just chipping away at the clock as well. over a 3-minute drive here. Here's a keeper again up the middle into the end zone and touchdown. It was just a surge upon surge. It initially looked like Gurgic just wasn't going anywhere, but all of a sudden he ended up in the end zone. And it's just good blocking up front and keeping those legs churning.
Good blocking, great running by this quarterback. I mean, this guy, he's a playmaker.
Yeah.
He's a playmaker. He can run. We saw him throw a touchdown earlier as well. Like you said, just keeping the legs going, not giving up on a play. But like I said, when you have a drive going the way that this one did, the way that this one has, I mean, almost makes it easy. It makes it easy on the offensive line, makes it easy on the quarterback.
Oh, the extra point attempt again. A snap that goes awry. Kicker goes on top of it. So 26-6, 20-point lead here for Stoney Creek. And now from Southfield. All right, here's the game plan. Get a first down, right?
Yeah.
At this point, it is snap by snap, play by play, and even before you think about maybe getting a first down, just go ahead and get 3 yards on this play. Get some sort of forward progress, and then build off that.
Yeah, we also need to stop allowing those runs. It's like our defense is almost collapsing, but they're watching the same thing happen over and over and over again. We might have to switch something up, or we might need somebody to communicate more on the field. But those runs are just constantly working. And even if it's not just a run, they'll get us off our anticipation of trying to come back.
Yeah.
One little jab step from the other opponent team, we're going over the line, giving up 3 yards. I think just Southfield A&T is in his head right now.
Yeah, and it's a tough spot, coming off of a state title a couple of years ago, and then kind of starting the season where they have, they had, going into this game, only scored 8 points. They were 0-2, so things hadn't started the way they wanted. So I can imagine it's a bit frustrating. Again, the short kickoff, that time fielded properly at the 34-yard line. But again, I certainly can understand the frustration. But it's times like this where you don't quit, you can't quit, you got to keep pushing forward.
Yeah, and I feel like A&T has been putting in the work. They're way better than they were last year. We need to apply the practice to the games.
Mm-hmm.
We're just not applying what we're doing in practice. Because I've seen them do way better than this in practice, but it's like it's not clicking right now.
All right, so 1st and 10. Tip of that ball touching the 35-yard line. So that's where this A&T offense starts this drive. Just pick up that first down. Positive play here. Porter takes, gives, up the middle. All right, gain of 2.
It's good. I mean, exactly like you said, just gain yards, get something positive, even if it's just a play. I mean, at this point, a positive play is just a play that doesn't result in a penalty.
No penalty, you're not going the wrong way.
Right, exactly. So you're not going backwards. And at this point, all right, now it's second long-ish. Again, just get forward, work towards that first down, and just keep the chains moving, and things will go well.
Amir Ford on the carry that time brings up 2nd and 8. Heavy to the right side. Porter takes. Getting pressured. Got to bail. Keeping his eyes downfield. Able to pick up a few more yards. That ball goes flying well after he's out of bounds. Let's see where the officials spot it. They'll spot him at the 42-yard line. So gain of 4. Oh, and a late flag. Oof. Check that. But another good's a good play. Positive play. And that one's going against the Cougars. So that's going to be some welcome news for the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, that's something.
It's positive. And I mean, even those last 2 plays were positive plays.
Yeah.
And so now you get a shot in the arm here, a little jolt. You're inside Cougar territory at the 43, and now you got a little momentum here. All right, 5:52 on the clock here in the third. Send 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, ball far hash mark. Jeremy Porter officiating crew going to come talk to the Stoney Creek coaching staff. They get an explanation.
A little bit of a change of pace because so far we've seen so many of those offsetting penalties,
Yeah.
those unsportsmanlike.
Right.
So only one way. I mean, that's huge for A&T.
All right, 1st and 10. At the Cougars 43, here's Porter. Takes, gives, here's Ford. Man, he does not give up on the play. It's a gain of 3 out to the 40. He really leans on you.
He does, and that's what you like to see. I mean, no matter what the score is, you always love to see good, hard running of the football and good, solid blocking up front. And even if the blocking's not fully materializing just yet, you love to see this running back keeping those legs going.
Second and 7. Here's a little toss. Got a man out across the 30. That's enough for a first down, but there's a flag back at midfield.
And the Pope is still Catholic.
Yeah. And that's going to go against, and that is going to go against A&T. It's just not what you need.
No, I mean, that was a beautiful ball.
Yep.
Great catch. It's like the biggest thing that A&T will look at in the film room come this upcoming week. It's going to be, we played well. We ran the ball well when we had to. We threw the ball well in many cases, had some overthrown balls, some picks, and whatever, but we played well. But we hurt ourselves in the foot with all these penalties, all these extracurriculars, the pre-snap penalties, post-snap. It's just, they're so close, but anytime you have penalties and stuff like that, you are very, very, very far away.
I like the pace that they originally had.
Yeah.
But that
in that first quarter, they were playing well.
Hopefully that penalty does not set them back and they start getting negative plays. That positive, the slow positive, hopefully that's going to allow us to chip away from their defense.
All right, here, a give up front. That's Tim Garr on the carry. Picks up chunk yardage there, out across the 50 to the 47-yard line. Yeah, I mean, I think that they really showed flashes at times. Even on this drive, they've shown flashes. But then you get your hand up in the face, you start, face mask call. And it more than anything, yes, it sets you back. Yes, it puts you in a bad spot, but it ruins the momentum also. So big third down here, 3rd and 14. Got to pick up some chunk yardage. Here comes the blitz. Here's a throw. That one's caught out across the 40. Little stutter step at the 35-yard line, very close to a first down. I think he's about a yard short. And A&T's going to go for this one, but that's a tip of the cap on Jeremy Porter delivering a perfect ball right over the middle. Fred Moss, able to haul it in. Now it's 4th and 1.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that Moss's catch there offset the drop from earlier, but that was a very nice grab over the middle field.
It was really the move after the catch, really getting those extra 4 or 5 yards. Oh, and a little movement there by this Cougars defensive line. It's going to give A&T a fresh set of first downs.
A little taste of the own medicine there. A&T changing the snap count out a little bit, gets the Cougars jumped off sides, free first down. Now, instead of making a 4th down play and I guess weighing risk and reward.
Yep.
Now its playbook is completely open on 1st and 10.
Inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Clock runs. 3:19 to play here in the third. Cougars up 26-6 over Southfield A&T. Porter takes. Throws a little out. Hit immediately at the 25-yard line. But that's going to be a gain of 3 out to the 26. Again, take those plays.
Yeah, that time Porter took a little bit of heat off the ball. I think as he was kind of trying to zip those passes in there, that's when we saw a little bit of the overthrows and the misinterceptions. That when he kind of lobs it in there, it reduces the opportunity for yards after catch, but it's a catch nonetheless, and you're moving forward.
Yep, the slow plays are really working for us. I'm liking this slow, slight yardage. I'm hoping they can keep this up and convert it to a touchdown.
All right, here's Porter. And a give. Right side. Shedding a couple tackles. Cuts it back left at the 15 to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Warriors.
What a run. That is all on the running back right there. Shout out to blocking as well. I mean, anytime you have a good, successful run, it's always set up by initial blocks at the beginning. But nonetheless, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys just completely moving all over the place, making guys miss, and then you get the speed, the breakaway speed. That's why those 40 times matters. That's why that 10-yard split times matters. How fast can you get to that corner of the end zone and score for a touchdown?
Tim Carr cuts into this lead. Extra point attempt pending. That pace worked out for him.
Yeah, I'm glad Tim was able to convert that into a touchdown. That's what I was really hoping for. Now I'm hoping that touchdown leads to an upset and brings us back in this game.
Still got time left. We have seen some crazy things happen in football. Not out of the realm of possibility, certainly.
Yeah, and A&T definitely has the skill.
All right, they're running the 2-point play, and it's not going to work. Try to get him back into that striking distance at 14, but they'll have to settle for the touchdown at 6. So 26-12 now.
High school has not adapted the hip drop tackle rule.
They have not.
They have not. Otherwise, we would have had another try from the 1-yard line. To be fair, I don't think I've seen a hip drop tackle called in the NFL either, although they have gotten some player fines.
This year, I have not seen it yet.
Did we see any last season?
In a couple of games. Yeah, there was a couple last season. I think the Lions even last season, there were a couple.
I remember they were handing out fines and stuff.
Yeah.
After the fact.
I think Aiden Hutchinson had one before he got injured last year. You don't see it too often here in high school. But when you do see it, it's pretty obvious.
It is pretty obvious.
You can tell.
It is pretty obvious.
And that's just when you grab me, you're really just kind of throwing your weight to the turf.
Yeah,
right?
you're
it's a
trying to get a guy
tackle.
Down. You're trying to get a guy down. So it's like, you know what? I understand. It is a tackle. I mean, a hip drop tackle. It's not like, you're aiming at the guy's head or whatever.
No.
I mean, I understand the safety implications and everything else. They're trying to make the game that, in a way that – but at the end of the day, I mean, he got the guy to the ground.
Right.
Guy's okay. Keep playing football.
Yeah, certainly. All right, 2:22 here in the third quarter. A little bit of momentum here. We'll see what that does to this Warriors defense now.
Expect some trickery a little bit on this special teams kickoff here. I wouldn't be surprised. We saw the Cougars on the other end try a little bit with the high pooch kicks and whatnot. Wouldn't be surprised if the A&T Warriors did the same.
All right, there's the whistle. The ball is teed up. There it is, a little chip. They got a flag. It'll be a false start on the kickoff. It was fielded cleanly by Stoney Creek, but that's going to draw a redo, so they'll tee it up now from the 35-yard line.
I'd be really interested to see the penalty stats post-game.
Yeah, a lot of penalties this game. And they've mostly offset each other. There have been a couple not controversial, but meaningful calls that have worked to the benefit and detriment of both teams, really. All right, this one's teed. And now they're going to kick it deeper. Fielded at the 32-yard line. Taken down at the 40. That's where the Cougars will take over. Beautiful night for high school football. A little warmer for September, but I mean, when you get into nights like this, you can't bat an eye. It's perfect night, and I see a little more hoodies on now in the crowd, but not very many coats. I don't see a lot of coats. I think people are just enjoying the
65 degrees to be exact.
Is that what it is?
Thanks,
65.
Thanks, Ray.
Beautiful. All right, 1st and 10 from their own 40. Here comes Stoney Creek. Here's the take, give, flag on the play. Coming around the edge, cuts it inside, still on his feet at the 50, and then taken down at the 40-yard line, Nolan Welch. And this one's coming back.
A&T again letting those runs slip past. I'm really hoping our defense can lock in on these. But it's like almost every time Stony Creek runs it, A&T is collapsing almost. But we have the skill to stop it. It's just no communication, I'm assuming, on the floor.
So they're going to move this back. So negates a nice run by Nolan Welch. They'll spot it at the 36-yard line.
That's never fun. I had a couple. I remember going against Roseville probably a few years ago, my senior year, and I had a couple like really good runs playing running back, and both of them were called back because of penalties. I kept the highlights, but come on.
Well, if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's around to hear it, did it really fall? Did it make a noise? Did you have those runs?
I did have the runs, but on the stat sheet it says I didn't.
Well, they're going to say, is the ball out? Southfield A&T has it? Nope, they're going to say the ball was down. Player was down. Down by contact. So that was a first and 15 play. What is the call? Because now I see the offense. Oh, they're just making a change here. A little bit of confusion. What is... Oh, no, they're going to say it's Southfield A&T's ball. So initially they said the play was down by contact, and after a quick conference saying it's Southfield's ball, huge play for this defense. They'll spot it at the 33-yard line of Stoney Creek, and that is a momentum changer.
That's huge. I mean, we haven't seen a turnover produced by this defense all day long. And we saw 2, or I think 3 actually, on the other end. So we're able to get that ball back. And now you are inside in enemy territory. Got to move the ball forward. Have it drive very successful like you had just the drive before.
Buck 41 to play here in the third. Here's the keeper. Flag on the play. So that'll stop the clock with 1:33 here in the third. Stoney Creek up 26-12.
It's the exact opposite of what I was just saying.
Yeah,
that's been the name of the game. I mean, defense comes out and you get the turnover, a turnover that you absolutely needed late in this third quarter, and then you have a holding penalty. So it's first down, yes, but you're already setting yourself up behind the sticks. And this team has played well in front of the sticks. You don't have the same success when you end up in these first and 20, even first and 15 type situations that we've seen all game long.
All right, so now ball spotted at the 43. It's first and 20 after the penalty. Here's Jeremy Porter. Shotgun takes. Stepping up, throws. Ooh, almost had that ball intercepted. What's the call? Oh, they're going to say out of bounds. Oh, my goodness. That was a heck of an effort. Jack Fredenberg came over, made the diving catch, but they were going to say he was out of bounds. That would have been a highlight play.
Now, granted, I don't know how tall. Now, we're playing in a bowl here, so I'm not going to say exactly how tall, but
right.
You know, how far above the field we are. But from my eyes, it looked a lot like a catch to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Great effort nonetheless.
Yeah, great effort nonetheless, and a bullet dodged here for your Warriors.
I'm not going to lie. It low-key looked out of bounds from my angle, but I'm going to be happy for the call. And let's hope that we can start chipping away and get to another touchdown like we just did.
All right, 2nd and 20. Here's a give up the middle. Once again, Gar on the carry. He doesn't get anything, so it's going to be 3rd down and 20.
How big is that? How big is that holding call to start the drive? I mean, they had a good gain, but because it was negated by the hold. 2nd down, incomplete. 3rd down, yardage for no gain. 2nd down, yardage for no gain, and now it's 3rd and long, and the playbook shrinks entirely because even in a 3rd and manageable situation or 4th and manageable situation, you're setting yourself up in a spot that you really don't want to be.
Yeah, time is going to start becoming a factor here with just 22 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Down by 14, here's Jeremy Porter. Wants to take a shot, incomplete. It's good coverage there over the top. Jake Lanzi And looking for Fred Moss, but just sailed it over his head, and now it's 4th down and 20. And now, offense staying out on the field here for Southfield A&T.
Yeah,
now here comes the punt crew.
I will say though, Chris, I don't know if you've heard of the good old fashioned arm punt, where you just kind of
love a good arm punt.
It's 4th down, just kind of got some guys go, beyond the sticks, maybe even in the end zone, kind of chuck it up and hope it's caught by either one of the teams.
Right, sure. yeah, you'd prefer the catch there if your guy's not gonna get it. You'd prefer an interception. Moves him back. Smart play is to knock it down from a defensive perspective.
It's high school. Come on.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to pick.
No doubt. All right, here's the punt. Good snap that time. That's a great punt, too. Fielded at the 5. Coming back the other way out across the 20 to the 25 with space out to the 30. 35, 40. Still on his feet to the 50. And then finally pushed out of bounds inside Warriors territory. But we got a flag deep where that play was fielded.
And the night sky is still black.
Yeah, we got a penalty. There's a flag on the field. You ever see the movie Groundhog's Day?
I have, yes.
It feels a little like that.
Very, very, very
So put your
similar.
little hand in mine.
Yes.
And here we go again.
Yes.
There's a penalty. Yeah. But that's going to move it back. Good news for Southfield A&T.
It is. But I really want to know how many flags have been thrown in this game. Like, I really want to know that.
It's a lot.
It's like almost every play.
Yeah, it's going to do it for the third quarter. Cougars on top 26-12. We got a good ending coming for you here in our drive to the game. Don't go anywhere. Fourth quarter action coming up on WJR.
This is Sportscaster.com. Have a dream to one day be a professional sportscaster? Love commenting on sports? Want to be the next great voice? Sportscaster.com is the place to make those dreams come true. A great sports broadcaster is able to capture the action, amplify the drama,
to the end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions, oh my!
create memories forever etched in our minds,
A year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
send shivers up our spine, make us leap out of our seat, scream at the TV, and even ask ourselves, did that really just happen? Now it's your turn to let your voice be heard.
Once again, versatility, the word of the night for Anthony Battani.
Sportscaster.com provides all the tools you need to produce your own content, create your own sports talk show, stir it up with sports commentary, and even take a shot at live play-by-play. Whether young or old, new to sportscasting, or a seasoned voice in sports, just sign up and open your own channel, create and upload your content, and show the world you know sports. Sportscaster.com. Now, we put the mic in your hands and put you in the center of the action.
School football game coverage in Southeast Michigan you need. The Drive to the Game. Sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA, and Window World Detroit. Once again, Chris Renwick.
All right, start of the fourth quarter. Cougars on offense at the 50-yard line. It's 1st and 10. And now we got a whistle. Right out of the half. right out of the quarter break.
That's fitting. That's very fitting.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened. There was a flag. And now they've picked it up, far side of the field. So that's a 10-yard penalty. Excuse me, 15-yard penalty on the unsportsmanlike call. So now that'll move into the 35-yard line. Again, it's not a penalty you can take at this point in the game. All right, here's the snap. Cougars with a give. And some blockers out to the side. Cuts it in at the 10, at the 5, and then pushed out of bounds shy of the goal line. Unbelievable run. Telgadis. And that is, I mean, he emerged from the shadows. He was in deep in the scrum, and then all of a sudden, number 10 braked out to the right. He had a couple blockers, and it goes for a big gain.
Yeah, I mean, great run, but even better, play fakes. I mean, it's just left, right? Who has the ball? I mean, there must have been 2 different play fakes there, all within the matter of like a half a second. Who's going to spring it out? Here comes him. Great blockers in front. Great running, good hard running. Down just shy of the goal line.
All right. It's first and goal from the 3. Here's the keep. Is he in? Looked like he was maybe just shy. No, he goes into the end zone. Brandon Gurgic goes in for the touchdown for the Cougars, and that lead gets a little bigger.
Great response. I mean, death, taxes, flags, and Brandon Gurgic's touchdowns.
It's pretty
That's
good.
The name of the game tonight. He rushes in for another one. I mean, just good, like I said, just good, hard running. I mean, just like keep the legs turning, get the heads down. He almost runs like a running back, throws like a quarterback, plays like a quarterback.
It's a very actually unique style of a keep there. He can. Speaking of flags, we got another one on the play. When he keeps that ball on the option play, he kind of like turns his body. So it's almost like a quarter spin a little bit. And when he turns his body, he's kind of like, it's like this forward momentum that he's pushing himself in with.
Yeah, it's like a very different style of power run game, kind of like that power read, that the option veer, some different teams call it. Very similar to, the name's not coming to me right now, but Georgia Tech's quarterback, he runs a very similar style. We saw that especially last year with last year in that Georgia game. How many overtimes was that?
Was it 8 overtimes?
Something like that.
It was
8.
Yeah, it was a very long game.
That's a really long game.
Yeah, it really was a long game. It was a fun game too.
It was.
I know it was. Maybe 8 isn't. I don't know. It's not. Doesn't sound totally right, but it was.
Haynes King. Yes. Haynes
yes.
King.
Yeah.
Yes. That brother loves football. Good, hard nose. I'm a quarterback, but I'm going to run it most of the time.
Right.
Football. If he didn't go to Georgia Tech, you know where I think he would go?
Yeah, he'd be in Army. Yeah. Army or Air Force.
Yes, one of the two.
He'd fit in well.
One of the two, yes.
All right, so again, that flag goes to Southfield there at the end. So it just becomes more difficult. And now the lead has ballooned. It's 33-12. So, you find yourself in a position where time is of the essence. Also, the clock is just not your friend, and you got to just clean up some of these penalties. Again, I think they're still finding their way a little bit. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, they're definitely still finding their way. It's just really applying the practice to the game. They're definitely scoring more than they were in the last games. Mm-hmm. But it's not all the way there yet. It still has to come together.
All right, here's the kick. Try to kick this thing through the end zone. That's what happens. So that'll come back on the touchback.
But one thing I am seeing different from A&T right now,
yeah,
we're not letting that league just set us down. Mm-hmm. Normally, when teams in the past have got a league on us, we start giving up on ourselves. But we're still applying pressure, still trying to get those touchdowns, still trying to come back.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is the play of Jeremy Porter. I mean, he has not quit. I mean, he is still slinging the ball. He's still playing at I think an effective level. He's had a couple of unfortunate drops tonight too from his receivers, and again, they've been able to run the ball at times. So to me, this isn't like it's not quite as indicative of a loss as maybe the score would indicate. Feels like they played a little better.
Yeah, they most definitely have been playing better. I feel like later on in the season it will be getting even better.
That one, long pass down the field, falls incomplete. It's going to be 2nd and 10 now from the 20-yard line.
It's good effort. I mean, you like to see them attacking downfield and stuff, but at the same time, you don't really want to be greedy. Yeah, they did such a great job of just taking those, these solid 5-yard gains, 2-yard, 3-yard gains. You don't want – it's not going to happen all at once, especially now that the Cougars are kind of playing back deep, kind of staying in that little cover 4 shell, taking everything over the top, keeping everything in front of them. So, like I said, just be methodical. Even no matter the score, just be methodical, be patient. Trust your offense coordinator, trust your receivers.
Yeah, and still, I mean, that 3-yard gain on first down isn't a bad thing. It's where they kind of started building on that when they were having trouble earlier on the flag here on the snap.
At the flag.
Yeah, but they have been able to build off some of the good things that they've done. A pass 12 yards down the field, it didn't work that time. But I appreciate the aggressiveness still offensively. So that'll go against Southfield, moving back. 5-yard penalty moves them to the 15, so it's 2nd and 15.
Shout out these referees tonight. Very, they're in the spotlight tonight. That's
yeah,
for sure.
They certainly are. They have been busy. All right, 2nd and 15. Porter takes, slings it, got a man. Knee was down there. Spot him at the 24-yard line. So a nice strike. Gets him back into position to pick up this 3rd down. It's going to be 3rd and, we'll call it 7 on that game.
I'm glad that pass was caught, too. We need to get some more catches in instead of dropping the ball. We'll probably be having way more points on the board if we can start catching the ball.
Oh, but a flag on the play, so that moves him back.
It's just so many flags. It's setting us back.
It is. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
This is just. It's just bad.
Maybe they feel rushed or something because there is a lot of flags that I feel like are easily avoidable if we just was able to slow down. Hopefully, just score in the time doesn't overwhelm us too much, so we don't have to see too many more flags.
Yeah,
even
so
though we've seen a lot.
3rd and 15 here. Really 3rd and 17. Porter takes, throws, got a man. That one's caught. Again, just shy of that 1st down. It's going to be at the 27-yard line. They need the 30, so it's going to be 4th and 3 coming up.
Chris, our viewers, there were no flags.
No flags on that play. No flags on that play. Unbelievable.
Listeners, yes. Listeners, it's very true. But listeners, no flags on that play. Unbelievable. I would like to like I said, how many flags we've had, like the percentage of plays, because it's not very.
It's got to be 70 to 80% of the play.
It may be.
Right.
It may
probably,
be.
A little high. All right, Porter getting pressured, gonna go down. Sacked back inside the 20, and that is a turnover on downs. And that was a heck of a time to call that blitz defensively. Stoney Creek timed that out perfectly.
Yeah, I mean they've been drawing up blitz and stuff pretty much all night long. But this A&T offense, I'll give them credit. I mean, they've done a very, very, very good job of picking up the blitzes, especially those linebacker blitzes are coming inside. That time they get home, not like in the way that like you got a free rusher coming through, but sometimes somebody goes to pick up a blitzer, D lineman comes right through. That's what happened on that play.
All right, let me ask you guys this. As Stoney Creek takes over at the Southfield A&T 20. What is a must-have food when you go to a football game? Must-have.
Oh, that's a good one.
What's the must-have? What's the must-have food?
I feel
like baseball
are
is
you
always
talking
like
about like if like you're playing or like in the stands?
no. Like if you go to a game.
Okay.
All right. Like baseball is synonymous with like hot dog, right? You go up, you have a hot dog, or you have peanuts, whatever it is. That's like the standard fare. What do you gotta have when you go to a football game?
I feel like it should be the safe option. You can't never go wrong with just having a simple slice of pizza. You can't never go wrong with pizza.
This is very good. What about you?
See, that's a tricky. I would think I would go like pizza. I think I'd have to probably say pizza as well. Pizza or like give me like a good pretzel.
See, that's where
like
I'm
a
at.
good pretzel.
I'm a pretzel.
Pretzels, that is a good option too.
All right, here's a give around the edge. Delgadis on the carry there. Going to be close to the 1st down, so it's going to be 3rd down and we'll call it 2.
I don't find myself eating. I will say, when I go to football games, usually I'm very, very, very glued to the seat, and I don't tend to eat much, but if I do, I think it's going to be probably a slice of pizza, or, like I said, that good old-fashioned pretzel, because the pretzel is usually the cheapest option as well.
Now, do you go cheese on the pretzel or do you go mustard?
I'm a big mustard guy.
Yeah. Okay. Same.
I'm
what
sorry,
about you?
I cannot agree with that. I cannot agree with that. I will stick to my cheese.
You know what though? If you've ever been to Auntie Anne's, had like one of their soft pretzels. Try it with the sweet glaze. The sweet glaze.
See, I can get with that. I can get with that, but the mustard, I can't get with that one.
No. All right. Fair enough.
But I feel like football games, you more tend to buy drinks. Like, I don't really see much people eating in the stands. It's more drinking, staying hydrated.
I think, you know what, probably the food you see most is like popcorn.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, that's like I think what most people get.
Popcorn in the teeth, though, I just can't. I can't.
Yeah. You're not a popcorn guy.
If I'm in my apartment and I have my toothpicks on hand, absolutely.
Okay, all right. Here's a wildcat into the end zone for a touchdown for Stoney Creek.
The Wildcat is not dead.
No.
It's not dead. It's not dead. It's alive and well here at Stoney Creek High School.
Maybe it's the Cougar, though. I mean, I don't know that we need to call it the Wildcat.
I think we'll call it.
It's got to be. It's got to adapt.
I do like that. I like that a lot. Oh, guess what?
We got a flag on the play.
There's a flag. There's a flag. There's a flag.
I wish I was counting how many flags are being called right now. Like, I really need to know.
Yeah.
We're probably in the 50s of flags right now.
Unsportsmanlike. This time it goes against the Cougars, so that'll be enforced on the kickoff.
Chris, what are you eating at a football game?
Yeah, I'm a pretzel. I'm a pretzel guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a pretzel guy.
Did you say cheese or the mustard?
I'll do both.
Okay.
But if I had to pick, it would be I'm a mustard guy. That kick is up, and it is good. 8:13 on the clock, 40-12 now. The lead expands for Stoney Creek.
That cheese, first of all, I'm lactose intolerant. That's number one. Number two.
Well, then why would you ever have the cheese?
Well, here's the thing. Because I don't know how much lactose is actually in that cheese. It's like melted plastic.
It's not
melted
really
plastic.
cheese. Yeah, fair. Yeah, there's no dairy in that cheese.
No. There's nothing good for you that's.
Yeah, no.
At least mustard, I could argue that it comes from mustard seed, which is somewhat natural. We're not going to get into all the other preservatives and stuff that they put in the mustard, but nonetheless, I digress.
Okay, fair. Yeah, it's funny because now I'll take the kids to go see a movie or something like that, and half the time it's a movie they want to see, quote unquote, but they're also there for the popcorn. Like it's almost like whenever we go, like for example, we took them to a Tigers game a couple of weeks ago, and it was just all about timing the food. It was like I need a water now. I would like a Slurpee or slushy some sort later. And now I need a pretzel here. I need popcorn in a little while. It's like, this is too much.
Too much, like, in terms of the schedule. That's like...
It's a lot.
That's $50 in snacks,
No,
I think you just named.
It's ridiculous. We had to cut it off at some point.
Probably more than that.
Yeah,
it might be more than that.
We cut it off.
Especially if you're at Comerica Park. I mean, you can get like a thing of popcorn there at the movie theater.
Right.
They were $20 for a media. What are we doing? What's happening to the game I love?
It is wild. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I think I saw a chicken tender basket the other day while I was seeing Finish for like the fifth time. It was like $22.
Dang.
What?
Yeah. Fries, like 4 tenders and a
Oh,
and a
my.
drink. Yeah.
Hey, I was going to say 3 tenders. I thought they was going to give you 3 tenders for $22.
It probably was.
All right, here's a line drive kick fielded at the 23, coming back the 30 to the 35 to the 40, and then driven back at the 40-yard line. So that's where the Warriors will take over. All right, so, yes, positive plays. No flags.
No flags, once again.
No flags.
I almost forgot. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no flags.
Yeah.
That would be win number 1.
Yes. Chris, I'm going to add another element to that food thing.
Yes,
I think
please.
if you're at an NFL stadium, MLB stadium, whatever, I think you have, like, you're not at your home stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to try, kind of like the Kansas City barbecue, or like,
yeah,
I mean, Philadelphia, they have like cheesesteak stations
I agree.
and stuff that inside. I think that's got to be.
You got if you're at a visiting stadium or an away stadium,
Yes.
you got to try whatever the local thing is.
Absolutely.
For sure. Yeah, agreed. All right. Here come the Warriors. Jeremy Porter gives right side, cuts it back out to the 40 to the 42-yard line, just pushing that pile to the 43. It's good hard running. Good hard running. Picks up 3 on the play.
Those will be the things that, if this coach, we've talked about, who he is, what he means to this program, everything else. But it's also going to be one of those things where the film session is going to be stopped, at halftime. Just because the score is what it is. That good hard running, even the blocking up front and everything else, those things are still going to show up as good things and things to take in to next week.
All right, 7:25 here in the fourth quarter. Here's Gipp, right side with room out across the 45 to the 50 to the 45 to the 40. Still on his feet at the 30 and then finally running out of real estate. Nice bit of running there. Tim Garr, again, providing a little bit of a boost for this A&T offense.
Tim is really living up to his role as the hype man right now. Almost every run from Tim has been straight positives, and I'm loving to see it. I like how they keep feeding him the ball when he's really pushing this offense right now. I'm just hoping this converts to a touchdown. Even though we're down, I would still like to see the score to be higher.
Yeah, and I don't think, I don't know how you guys feel about, the quote-unquote moral victories. But, for a team that's still trying to find their way a little bit, yeah, it's a good thing to put as much in there that you can. Here's a throw far sideline, flag on the play, but I think this is going to go for A&T. I think it's going to be pass interference.
Yeah, it's going to be. Defender got the little bit early. But, the idea of, a moral victory and, playing for pride and all those things. I'm not going to say that those are bad things. Obviously, you want to win. You want to win games. You want to, work up your playoff resume and hopefully win another state championship. But when it comes down to the end of the game, regardless, everybody's going to look at how did you act?
Sure. What
did you do? How what's the vibe on the sideline, whatever it may be. And I think having a positive end of the game, just like the Lions scoring that touchdown at the end of Green Bay, very, very similar.
Vincent Wesley checks in at quarterback here for the Warriors. Wesley takes. Quick 3-step drop. Wants to take a shot in the end zone. That one is caught.
What a catch.
Touchdown.
What a catch.
Warriors back of the end zone. Wesley throwing up a beautiful ball. Arturo Martin hauling it in. That was a heck of a catch.
Chris, I think I'm getting pretty good at this because I just mentioned the Lions and the Packers and that touchdown that came at the end of the game last season or last week.
Yep.
Who was at that absolutely incredible catch? The rookie
Tesla.
Yes, Tesla. What a catch that was. Very similar. Not exactly one hand, but leaning back. He's looking all the way over the shoulder to the point where his legs give out from underneath him. Stays in bounds, of course. Hauls in that ball for a beautiful touchdown.
He actually had to throw his legs out from under him to make that catch.
Yes, that's something I have not. Yeah, but like I said, those are good things that they can take in to next week.
All right, here's the give up the middle. Nothing there. Trying to run over right guard there and nothing doing. So they get into the end zone for their third touchdown of the game. It's 40-18 now. Again, no. Seems unlikely that Southfield will win this game. But you're chipping away. You're creating that foundation.
Yeah, and right now that's all that matters. All you really can do.
Yep. And I called it right before the third even started. Arturo has been waiting for a great catch so he can convert it to a touchdown, and that's what he just did right there. He sacrificed his body to get that touchdown, and I'm liking that play from him.
Yeah, it's an impressive catch. Yeah, certainly an impressive catch. So just under 7 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter at Stoney Creek. Beautiful night for high school football. Chris Renwick, Gabe Lofer, and Jaden Hudson with you here in the booth. It's good to have you.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm here.
Trying to get you caught up on a couple of other scores. Denby and Pershing getting after it. Denby on top of Pershing tonight, 24-6. Detroit Edison over Romulus Summit Academy North, 26-14. Harper Woods
They got a
beating
squad. They got a
Old
squad.
Redford 22-7. They do have a
They've
squad.
got a very good football team.
Yeah. Teeing this thing off. A couple scores from last night. The PSL. Detroit Central 34 over CMA 14. Detroit East English 26 over Detroit Western 8. And King over Southeastern 48-0. I think King could be pretty good this year too.
Yeah, they've got some redemption. You know,
Yeah.
obviously last year didn't exactly go their way in the playoffs. They lost in a close one. But I think they've got good pieces. They've got a very young, talented defensive line, and they're going to be there. I think that's one of the teams that we can look for to play at Ford Field toward the end of the season. Very curious to see how my 0-2 Norseman did today. What is that? One of the kids I coached, Logan Bogner, made